Hi again, Greg Bell and Dave Boling at Seahawks headquarters following a very, very late walkthrough practice. The team's about to board a flight here on Wednesday afternoon for Thursday night's preseason finale at Oakland. Sounds like Thomas Rawls might suit up and play. I'm not sure he's going to get any touches and runs, especially on a dirt field in Oakland, but the running back who broke his ankle in December could get at least in uniform and play with the first team offense tomorrow night. Pete Carroll said he wants his starters to go through the routine of preparing pregame and playing in the game, even though there's nothing at stake, of course, for them. So expect them to play, at least to have token appearances tomorrow night, most of the starters. Michael Bennett probably won't be one of them. He was away from the team for the third straight day, getting toe treatment down in California. Pete Carroll stressed that it is routine. He's done this in the past, nothing to be concerned about.
Even during, wasn't it playoffs last year,
Right
heading into playoffs or
December.
late in the season, and he came back with no ill effects.
He has a toe that is almost, no, not quite 90 degrees, but it's certainly not straight up and down. It looks very painful when he has his socks on.
Which is really important to a guy who's, the strength of his game is to get off on the snap. You know, when you push off something and the toe isn't there, or if it's painful, it can be a lot more significant injury than you think, oh, he's got a sore toe.
Right. So the maintenance mode is why he's been in California for 3 days, but the Seahawks see no concern in that. Pete Carroll said Jimmy Graham's still on the recovery plan that they want him to be on. He looks great. He's been full go with the offense all week. I don't think he'll be on the field tomorrow. When I asked him would Graham play September 11th in the opener against Miami, he said he could. Or I tried to pin him down on chances, and he said chances, and he was very vague about that. So he still does not sound nearly as confident that Graham will play the opener as he does Rawls.
And I think maybe cautious on how he recovers from every step of playing a little more in practice, getting a little more action, getting a little more contact. I think they want to be cautious. How does he recover so there aren't any setbacks that could affect him in December?
Exactly. Again, they don't need him in September as much as they would need him in November, December, and not let that patellar tendon still be an issue. The other things to note from today is that Pete Carroll explained that Brandon Browner was just too far behind in the safety competition, which is why they cut him. He didn't use the name Tyvis Powell, but you can say that Tyvis Powell took a big step forward to making this team when Brandon Browner left it this week. I wrote about Powell and his remarkable story to get to where he is as an undrafted rookie from Ohio State in today's News Tribune. He did say, though, Dave, that he told Browner, Carroll did before he left, that there are many scenarios that the Seahawks would ask him to come back and play for him. Do you see that as a possibility?
I'll have to take him at his word. I think more than anything it was a little bit of a valedictory, saying how much he meant to us and how much we care for him and we'd like to give him every chance. I think it would have to be a specific set of circumstances that fell into play before Browner came back. And I think another thing that we went through with Coach was some of the positions that are really still in question going into this fourth preseason game. We talked about Jamarcus Webb and Gary Gilliam at right tackle. He talked about how it's really important for Alex Collins, rookie running back, to come in, get quite a few carries, let him carry the load a little bit and see where he is in his development. And Trevon Boykin, of course, is another one. They want to see if this kid can be the backup quarterback. It's getting late to make a decision on this, but I think they're still looking for more evidence and hoping to see continued progress so they can have more faith with him going into the season.
It looks like Webb and Gary Gilliam at right tackle is the only starting position left to be won. They're both going to compete tomorrow. Sounds like they're both going to get time early in the game. Bradley Sowles won the left tackle job. Justin Britt has won the center job. Mark Lewinsky and Jermaine Ifedi are the guards. So the line is set for everything but right tackle, and tomorrow will be the last test for that. Kason Williams doesn't sound like he's going to be able to play tomorrow. Pete Carroll was less than optimistic about Williams' hamstring injury and where it might leave him even for a roster position. Of course, the former UW Husky played on the regular season roster last year and into the playoffs. He's got a long chance to get back because of a hamstring he's missed weeks about. And Dave, is there any other value that we haven't talked about yet to tomorrow's preseason game?
And I think for the somewhat maligned snapper freeze that we've watched, it was particularly erratic the last couple of weeks. Coach Carroll said he was dealing with a shoulder problem, that yes, they'd like to see him clean up the snaps, be more accurate and more consistent. but he loves his coverage. He's made a number of tackles, and I think that's one thing where very few people are keeping an eye on that, other than us, of course. But it was interesting. It's the first I've heard that he's had a shoulder issue.
His snaps have had John Ryan looking like a gymnast, trying to catch balls high and low, and still Hauschka still getting kicks off. It remains an issue to watch tomorrow night in that game. We'll be there tomorrow night. I will be there tomorrow night in Oakland. Dave gets the night off.
I'll be tweeting.
Yeah, well-deserved night off from home. But I'll be in the Coliseum on the dirt to my old stomping grounds in the beat I used to cover. And I'll file the report tomorrow night for the News Tribune. Thanks for watching.